Okay, so, hi. The house smells great. The nuts are done. The hummus is done. The pita chips are ready. We're going to take them out of the oven. I can smell it. The whole house smells like bread. But we haven't even baked bread. We just threw some pita chips in the oven. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make little spinach quiches, okay? And these are great. This is very economical because this frozen box of spinach cost me less than $1. And if you were to buy fresh spinach leaves, it would take a lot of bags to get 20 ounces of spinach. We're actually making two 9x13 because, you know, it's Christmas. We want to make it in bulk. So this recipe, we're doubling it, but I'll put the regular recipe on my Facebook page. So this is inexpensive. Another reason why this is a great and economical, remember this when you get married, using recipes that don't have meat in it stretch your dollar. It really stretches the buck. And it has protein because there's eggs in it. So it has flour, so it is very filling, and people love it. It tastes so good. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. We had Sarah beat up some eggs, but first we're going to put our dry ingredients. So we're going to put 2 cups of flour, okay? And I always use King Arthur's flour. It's the only flour that I use. I don't use any other flour. Okay, that's 2 cups. And then we're going to put 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, and this is the leavening. This will make it nice and tender, make the quiche tender, and it'll also make it, you know, it makes it rise. So, baking powder is not just for baking. It's for baking sweets. It's for other stuff too. Then we're also going to put a teaspoon of salt, but we're doubling the recipe, right? Killing 2 birds with 1 stone, doubling the recipe. Okay, now we're going to mix that all up. We have our flour, our salt, and our baking powder. Now this looks like a lot of butter. I know, Paula Dean, you'd be proud of me. But it's because we're doubling the recipe. So instead of a half a cup of butter, we're using a cup of butter. But we're doubling the recipe, right? So, and it's the holidays. Come on, it's the holidays. Now we're gonna add all the wet ingredients, okay? And you're just gonna, look at the color. Isn't that, I'm telling you, organic eggs is the way to go. Now, I wanna show you a trick. If you were to add this melted butter into this recipe, do you know what would happen? You'd curdle your eggs, you'd have scrambled eggs. So we're going to add the butter and the milk at the same time. Okay, and you're going to stir like a bad woman without getting yourself too dirty. Okay, you're going to stir this up. This is the base for the quiche. Okay, let's get rid of all this. And we're also going to add all of this beautiful spinach. Okay. Look at the color. Look at the color. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
It makes me happy. It's Christmas. Okay, we're going to add about a cup per recipe. But again, we're doubling the recipe, okay? So we're going to add 2 cups, give or take, of mozzarella cheese. You can put a different cheese in here, but I like the mozzarella cheese. So, and you know what we're going to do? I'm going to let you switch spoons so that you don't fight with this. We don't need you to be wrestling, right? And, but do you see what's happening already? Look at this. It's forming. Let me get this out of the way. It's starting to form. You see the baking powder, you see that, is reacting with the wetness.
Right.
So now we need 2 onions. Because we're doubling the recipe. Oh, that smells good. Ooh, wow. This onion's been closed up for a little bit, so now he's ready. We just cut this up before we started, so it was ready to go. Now look at that. How beautiful is that? Part of being joyful in the kitchen is cleaning up as you go. Just putting things away as you go, because it just makes you want to get in the kitchen more. If you always have a mess, you don't want to get in the kitchen. So as I'm cooking, I just keep cleaning up. So now Sarah was so kind to spray this. And I'm just going to make sure that we've got it up on all the sides. Yep, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, and we are going to pour this. Of course, we're going to divide this because we've doubled the recipe. Did I mention we doubled the recipe? Hey, I'm working here and I have a party to go to this weekend. So I'm hosting a party this weekend. Our taekwondo group's coming. Yes, I do taekwondo. I'm happy that I can finally kick above the waist. Okay, are you ready? It only took me a year. Okay, don't laugh too hard. I hear you all laughing. All right, so this is done. How beautiful is that? You can see all the spinach and the cheese and the onion. It's so gorgeous. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bake it 375 for about 30 minutes or so. I think that's right. Is that right? That's what I use. Yeah, 30 to 35 minutes until you kind of see it golden brown and so it's set up. I do have one more tip. If you did want it to be a little more if you want it to be a little more of a meal, you can put sausage or ham or something in it. And one of the things that we do is if there's a little bit of meat left over, but you know, you're a family of 8, you can't serve one little sausage to your whole family. Right. Well, you can cut it and put it in here, right? Yeah, that's a good idea. Don't throw that piece of sausage or the 2 slices of ham away because nobody wants it. Throw it in here, just chop it up. All right? So let's put it in the oven and we'll show you what it looks like when we come back. Oh, it smells so good. You ready? Okay, so you smell it? Yes. Spinach? Who would think spinach brownies would sound so bad but smell and taste so good, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. You want to see them? Come on.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy, perfect. This looks delicious. Holy smokes. Doesn't that look good? And you can see the crispy bits are the cheese. That's the mozzarella. You can't get your kids to eat their vegetables? Make this. It's so good. Okay, Sarah, are you ready to try some of this?
I'm ready.
Okay, beautiful little quiches, aren't they? Yes, oh, you know what? We need forks, don't we? Hang on one second. Who needs we don't need a fork. Lord gave us our hands. Are you ready?
Right.
1, 2, 3.
Never thought spinach could taste so good.
Isn't it delicious? I'm telling you. I can't talk. I'm sorry. It's my favorite. Is that not good? Really Tell good. Every kid out there they should eat this.
You need to eat spinach.
Eat your spinach. You look like Popeye. Do you think Popeye had cheese in his spinach? This is good. Try this at home. You'll love it. And again, it's economical, it's easy, and it keeps for a very long time. You can have fun with your kids. Thanks. We'll see you later. We're going to keep eating. Ready? Oh.